Here I am. Hello, Granny here. Now, microphone's on, camera's on, nothing in the background that looks too weird. Awesome. I am here to answer the burning question that has been tearing up the internet for years. Internet sleuths have been looking for the answer to this question for many, well, as long as the internet's been around, basically. And that is, what do teachers do on a Sunday? It's Sunday here in Australia, and I'm going to turn my microphone off. And basically, probably for about the next 2 hours, you get to sit here and watch me do what teachers do. So this will dispel any of those furfies that are out there. A furfy is an Australian word for a misconception. Any of the furfies out there that teachers walk into the class at 8:30, put a video on, turn the video off, do a bit of artwork, and then that's it for the rest of the day. And then we go home at 3 o'clock. Not true. We do work very hard. So you can either use this, you can probably speed it up, it'd probably be quite funny, to show what teachers do on a Sunday. It's beautiful outside. I would much rather be outside in the garden, but no, this is what we do. So you can either use this to see what teachers do on a Sunday. I might pull some funny faces while I do it, okay, because I'll forget the camera's on. Or study along with me. I hate sitting here by myself. I would much rather be in a library with other people, being the nerdy type that I am. But sometimes you can't have other people with you. So study along with me. You never know. I might need ideas every now and then. So mic's going off. Basically what I've got to do is plan for the next 5 days for 4 reading sessions, 4 writing sessions, 5 math sessions. I have the Year 5 group for that. 1 science lesson, 2 humanities lessons, which will be history this term, 2 religion lessons, a health lesson for the week. Oh, and a PE lesson. So I get to do 1 and the specialist gets to do 1. So we pretty much just play games when it's me. So that's what I need to plan. It's 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm not normally this late. As a bonus today, this is going to be an extra bonus, absolutely free, because, you know, I don't take money, Alan. We're not monetized, despite what you say. This is what do one-armed teachers do on Sundays. So I'm going to leave the mic off. If anyone pops into chat and says hello, good luck to you. Otherwise, I'm just going to be planning, okay? Maybe your planning you could do with some company, all right? Here we go. You know what? I'll probably drop in and out every now and then and talk to you. So you might notice that yesterday I put up an hilarious 6-part series where I did my own voiceover for the King Charles III proclamation. They did one with the Privy Council. I'm an expert in this now, despite knowing nothing about it. I worked it out by watching it. Once with the Privy Council at St. James's Palace, and then they went out in the streets of London and proclaimed to the great unwashed that they had a new king. So here in Australia, we didn't have the benefit of a BBC voiceover telling us who everybody was and what they were doing and what the historical context was for it. My glasses are crooked. So we didn't have that historical context. So what I did was made up my own, did some research along the way. I don't know how accurate it was, but here's the problem. I recorded it in StreamYard, and then StreamYard converted it into an MP4 or something, which meant that it compressed it, and you only saw every third frame and you only heard every third syllable I said. And although it was hilarious, even by my own standards, you know, which are modest, when I amuse myself, I look off to that side because I have to regain my thoughts. That's why I do that. Oh, where was I? I don't know. Oh, it got compressed by Screencastify, and it looked ridiculous. So unfortunately, I had to upload it last night, and then I had to take it off again because it didn't work so well. All right. So mic's going off. I'm studying. Say hello if you pop in. All right. How impressed are you that I'm doing this with one hand? Actually, funny story about that. It's 16 days after my shoulder surgery. And for the first 14 days after the surgery, I was on opioids, slow release opioids for the pain. And I took the last one yesterday. So I woke up this morning without pain relief. And I tell you what, it hurts a lot. So I've got 4 days until I would normally say stitches, until the staples come out. I have staples. I have 15 staples in my shoulder. It's awful to look at. I look at it and I feel like, you know, I'm a Terminator or something. It's pretty distressing to look down at your own flesh and see staples holding it together. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm planning for this week. If anyone wants to say hello, go for it. Otherwise, you just get to see what teachers do on a Sunday. I'm going through my emails at the moment because I've got about 2 weeks worth of emails that I haven't looked at. Maybe you've got some study that you have to do. We could sit here and do it together. It gets a bit lonely. Oh no, my kids have been naughty while I've been away. Oh dear. What have they done? You guys would be asleep on the other side of the world, wouldn't you? Oh! I'm looking at the emails about my children's behaviour while I've been away. Dear, oh dear. I can't give you any details, of course, because of confidentiality, but they've been naughty. Oh. It's really weird, you know, you go away for a bit. You know, you might need to go on a PD or in my case, I've had the surgery and some of the kids just lose it. Like, you know, like they're their important person, their anchor's not there anymore. Which makes you really feel that responsibility to get back to work, because some of those guys emotionally are relying on you, you know. So unfortunately, I've got to take this week off as well because the staples come out in 4 days. Yes, I've got staples. And then we've got 2 weeks off for term break. So I'm not going to see these guys for another 3 weeks. Oh, dear. I just hope some of them can hold it together for the next 3 weeks. Okay. Let's do some planning. Let's try and make the planning as interesting and engaging as I can to try and head off any of those behaviour issues that might be brewing. Best way to keep children out of trouble, well behaved, is to keep them engaged. Actually, if you listen for long enough, you'll find lots of teacher tips, because I'll probably blurt them out like that. Best way to keep kids well behaved is to keep them engaged, keep them interested. That doesn't mean entertained. We're not entertainers, but keep them engaged in the work, in the learning. Achieving. Okay. So this is the planning that the emergency teacher did last week. So I honestly don't know where they're up to. We do a maths program that you just sequentially follow, and trying to work out where they're up to, you know, what module, what lesson. So they seem to have done that one. They seem to have done that one. So I've got to basically look at last week's planning, work out what they did, and go on from there. Oh, God, the teacher, looks like the teacher played dodgeball with them last week. Aren't you a brave teacher? Okay. So I've got to do 5 maths lessons, 4 reading, 4 writing. Got to get some speaking and listening in there, because that's something we teach in SS as well. So, and bonus points. I get to do this with one arm because I'm still in a sling with staples. Feels awful saying staples. Terminator. Okay, so let's do the 5 maths lessons first. So they're going to do that, then that, and that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Sleepy time over in the UK? I assume it is. Gee, you guys have got funny times. I never know what time it is over there, to quote Alan. All right. This teacher last week did something called 9 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown. Now, I know that's a TV show. When did it become a classroom activity? Should I Google it? Yes, typing with one hand. I hope you're impressed. Does countdown. I'm not going to Wikipedia. Okay, so it's obviously a TV show. Maybe that teacher was doing a version of it in the classroom. Maybe the teacher was doing a version of that in the classroom. So I might have to Google 9 out of 10 cats does countdown. Homer lesson. And I see T-shirt, the TV show. I don't know. So maybe this this other teacher was doing a version of that. Good luck to them. Made math interesting. Good luck to them. Oh dear, what happened there? Exit full screen? I think so. Certainly don't need to see my face that large. Got your pad and pencil. Fantastic. Well, we're actually planning for a class all week. I'm not actually teaching anything. What would you like to learn? We could learn it together. Write it down, write it down. You know, I honestly think this is going to turn into an Alan stream, isn't it? I honestly think that Alan, it is, because the people who are interested in Alan are going to turn up. I honestly think that if he ever gets to court, he's going to try and use that study group thing as a defense. Look, all these people have notes. I keep telling them to take notes. It's a study group. Yeah, right. A study group that you're making money out of and call it a job. Oh, I'd love to be the judge in that case. Right. So I'm planning lessons. I'm showing you what teachers do on a Sunday. It's not all beer and skittles, you know. Not all fun and games. Module 9, lesson 9. We'll talk about anything. Okay, sure. Pick a topic. I've got one arm. Staples come out in 4 days. Really hurts today because the opioids wore off yesterday. Haven't got any more. And, gee, it hurts. Feel sorry for me. Please don't give me super. Anything. I don't know. What country are you in? Shady man? No. This planning is going to be awful because I'm talking to somebody at the same time. 10 and 11. Okay, maths done. Thank you for your help. Now, we've got to do 4 reading lessons. Oh my goodness, the essential learning for this week. 8 a.m. here in the UK. Is that Sunday? I don't suppose you're a teacher, Shady Man. You could help me. I want to talk about Alan. I did a live stream, a 2-hour live stream about Alan, but it didn't record properly. God, it was hilarious. But it didn't record properly. Alan, where do we start? He's a knob. Can I share my screen in here? I'm in StreamYard, and it's been so long since I've done a live that I can't remember how to use any of this. So hang on, let's just press random buttons, which is what I do, just press random buttons until something happens. Share. Slides, extra camera, share screen. I can share screen. So why don't I go to YouTube and we'll have a look at Alan's latest offering. Is he still going on about the poor girl, Kylie, who he thinks is called Carly? Alan. Can't type in Alan. Armchair detective. This isn't you, Alan. Am I talking to Alan? Kylie Rodney was strapped in trunk, firm and strong. Proof of murder. AD is correct. Well, if AD says he's correct, then he must be. Come on, is this you, Alan? Am I talking to you, Alan? Fess up. Sunday here. Most people in bed still. Half your luck. Half your luck. Yeah, I'd be sleeping in too. You guys have had a bit of a shock this week, haven't you? Well, not really a shock. I mean, let's face it, she was in her 90s. But you've, yeah. So tell me, Shady Man. I've heard that you're going to have in your country 10 days of mourning. And I believe that they've cancelled some bike race that was going to go around the UK. What does 10 days of mourning mean? I mean, I know what it means, but what does it mean practically? Are some shops going to close? Are they going to cancel sporting events? Are they going to cancel poker tournaments? I bet you they don't. What happens when your country goes into mourning? Now, screen sharing is easiest with 2 monitors. Works best on a good computer. Well, it's not going to work on this one. Some screens let you share audio text checkbox. All right, I can do that, and I can do that. I didn't see anything from him last night. He probably had a poker tour in London. So the death of the monarch isn't going to slow down the poker tournament? Probably not. Let's face it, probably not. Okay. So I can't see the chat now because I've got this screen on. Hope you can see it. I'll flick between the two so I can check the chat. So the latest thing from Alan was 21 hours ago. Kylie Rodney. Look at the spelling of Kylie, will you? People are just spelling names however they want to now. It's really hard for us. Kylie Rodney was strapped in trunk, firm and strong. He's quoting somebody on that. Proof of murder, AD is correct. I would love Alan. $60, 1 hour. Alan, I will teach you how to use punctuation, really basic punctuation. Okay, we use it to give writing expression. You probably won't want to spend the money, but it would be money well spent, right? So.
How did Kylie Rodney's body get into the...
Oh, it's only 17 minutes. He's in mourning. He'd have to be. He'll show us London sights, do you think? He's done that. That didn't work very well, let's face it. He'd be in mourning. Absolutely. He'd be in deep mourning, Alan. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can see how sad he's been in the last couple of... I'm still working. Just put a sign in shop window. Probably will open on her funeral. I'm still working. Just put a sign in. Oh, you're in a shop. Okay. Probably will open on her funeral. Is that your shop's going to be open on the day of the funeral? Wouldn't that be the day you close? What kind of shop? So many questions spring to mind. I've come to the conclusion that I'm just one of life's sticky beaks. You know, some people just go through life and accept things. I need to know how everything works. Like, I walked into the operating theatre for the operation and I'm saying to them, well, what does that do? And what does that do? And when do you turn that light on? And it's not that I'm a sticky beak. It's just that I'm really curious. I want to know how everything works. And the anaesthetist was a lovely lady. And the night before, I'm sorry, I've wandered off the Alan track. The night before the operation, I watched a video about anaesthetics and anaesthetists and exactly how hard they work and what they do. while you're knocked out. You're not knocked out. They're putting you into a medical coma, I realised. So, of course, armed with this new information, I went into the operating theatre and I'm saying to the anaesthetist, now, is that the thing that does such and such? And, you know, where's the drug that you use to do this? And she probably thought I was brilliant. But it was fascinating. I mean, they literally put you into a medical coma and breathe for you for the length of the operation. It's incredible. And then they do other things like nerve blocks once you're under. It's amazing. If I could find the video again, I'd recommend it. It's really fascinating. There's some really good medical how-to videos on YouTube. Some really boring ones like, you know, how to change a nappy on somebody. But there's some really amazing ones from doctors. Anyway, you work in a charity shop. We open bank holiday. Now, is a bank holiday a day when the banks are closed? I mean, is that what we'd call a public holiday? In a public holiday in Australia, institutions like banks close and kids get a day off school. What else shuts? You know, big things close. Is that what you call a bank holiday? I'll wait. To quote Alan, I'll wait. Can you imagine being married to him and have him going, I'll wait? Can you answer me? I'll wait. Good for you working at a charity shop. Do you get to buy stuff cheap before it goes on the shelves? See, I'm curious. They're not allowed to here in Australia because they were knocking off all the good stuff before it got to the shelves. So there's now a rule in the big, we call them opportunity shops, that says the staff can't buy stuff. So that can't happen. It was a bit of a drama. No, I didn't tell her that. Normally when I come out of anaesthetics, I sing because I used to be an opera singer. And I don't know why, but when I wake up from anaesthetics, I start saying things like, you know, I used to be an opera singer, and I burst into song. And I've done it a few times. But I didn't do it this time because I asked the girl in recovery when I woke up, I said, did I do anything stupid? And she said, no, like what? And I said, sing. And she went, no, you didn't sing. No, I didn't tell the anaesthetist. It was a her. So, you know, not my cup of tea. But yeah, if it was a nice he, I would. Hope they get that all the time. There was actually an apprentice anaesthetist. And I think he was the one that, you know, put the tube down. Because just as they were getting ready to put me under, he positioned himself up here above my head. And she gave him this kind of look that said, are you ready to do the such and such? And, and you know, my last memory as I'm kind of drifting off is, oh, my God, the work experience kids putting the tube in my throat. You get first dibs in the op shop? Ooh, nice. So can you get all the good stuff and then put it on eBay? Because that's what they were doing here. Dodgy people. They didn't really want to work in an opportunity shop and, you know, help other people. They just wanted to get their hands on the good stuff first. Shocking. There are some really horrible people in the world, aren't there? It's a pity we can't identify them at birth. My partner says I'm a Nazi when I say things like that. I'm not advocating killing them. I'm just saying, you know, if we could identify them at birth, we could send them somewhere else, away from us. Right. Now, I don't know what I'm showing you on the screen. I really, truly don't. So what I'm going to try to do is work with multiple screens. Wish me luck, because I am an old lady with one arm, one chicken wing. Right. Now. Oh, stop it. Sorry, talking to my screen. I love seeing videos of kids waking up. Oh, I've got to write that down. kids waking from, I hope nobody's videoed me waking up. Oh, you can spell anesthesia. Good for you. All right. I will look that up. It's good, is it? Yeah, I've seen some from America where they seem to send them home while they're still delirious. And there are teenagers coming out of dental procedures being driven home in the car. Is that the kind of thing you mean? Being driven home in the car by their parents. And they're saying the most whacked out things. You right, Sean? What's wrong? Sean the Wonder Dog's doing something stupid. My prop dog. What are you doing, mate? You're looking at the bookshelf like it's trying to attack you. You okay? He's backed himself into a corner and he's looking at the bookshelf like it's about to attack him. What's going on? Sean? Shawnee? What are you doing? I hope he's not having a stroke or something. Sean, on your blankie. I will go back and check on him later. He looks like he's scared of the bookshelf. Strange. Now, our shop sells on eBay. We find good stuff to sell for the charity. I found Harry Potter books. Oh, good for you. Excellent. You see, and doesn't that make life worth living? It makes you feel good, helping other people. God. And then there's the takers in the world, isn't there? There's the givers and the takers. Yeah, I think we all know which side we're on. Girl thinks she's Superman on the broken arm. Doesn't leap off a building, does she? Hilarious. Okay, I will find them. Now, tell me. I need a yes, no answer here. And I'll wait. Are you seeing on your screen right now, on the right-hand side, welcome to the Armchair Detective, his video, beginning of his video. And then on the left-hand side, me, a little slither of me. Can I take that out? Hang on. Aha! Oh, for God's sake, Sean, what are you doing? It's a bookshelf. Seriously. It's been like that for years. Shawnee? Oh, go into another room if it's that annoying. Okay, so on the right-hand side, we've got Welcome to the Armchair Detective. And then the left-hand side, this chat. Yes or no, is that what you can see? I'll wait. That's my washing machine, you can probably hear, because I'm multitasking. You are a strange dog, you really are. Come on, I know there are 6 people in here. I need you to tell me. I've taken my ugly face off, so that would be more palatable for you. Is this the delay as the signal goes up to the satellite and then Elon Musk decides whether he wants to show me and then sends it down again? Or are you all distracted? All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just show the Alan stream. And I'll probably talk over the top of it because that's the kind of person I am. There's my washing machine. Oh, dear. Let's do that. Right. This is Alan's latest. It's had nearly 5,000 views, probably because the name Kylie Rodney is in capitals at the beginning of it. And there are 124 comments. What happens if you try to join his channel? How much is it? 20% off your first month. Wacko, Alan. You're in the bargain bin. 3.19 Australian for the first month, and then $4 a month after that. So I suppose what people like Alan do is hope that you'll forget about it, and it'll just keep coming out of your bank account on a drip feed, and you won't notice, and it'll just keep going to him. All right, let's have a look at this. 17 minutes. Oh, has it got that horrible Deliverance opening with the banjos?
The trunk cargo area have her under. Well, I believe she was strapped in.
She was not strapped in.
I will lay it on the line for you, step by step. I believe, like Adventures with Purpose, foul play and suspicion.
He's only just discovered Adventures with Purpose. Some of us have been subscribed to them for a very long time, Alan. But he's just discovered them, and they'll be his new bestest friends for a while, even though I bet you they never talk to him. Because I'm pretty sure that people will have by now spoken to Adventures with Purpose and said, don't have anything to do with Alan Vinnican. I'd be very surprised, because they're actually men of integrity. So they won't talk to you, Alan. Right. She was not strapped in. If you've been watching any of the other streams floating around, which of course you don't because you don't do research, you just come up with an idea and run with it. The gentleman who actually found her, saw her in the car, said that her body had floated up. So if it's strapped in, it's not going to float up towards, the top of the car, is it? And that her limbs were hanging down. That, doesn't work with your theory, does it?
Is all over this case. Adventures with Purpose locate Kylie's car within 35 minutes of looking.
37.
But was she in there? And if so, whereabouts?
Of course she was in there.
Was she strapped in the driver's seat?
No.
Or did she float to the back seat?
Oh, for God's sake.
Neither. Here's the true story.
Oh, for God's sake. How would you know?
Vehicle, windows up or down.
Well, let's go under with Nick, the diver from Adventures with Purpose.
Because Nick won't talk to me, so I have to, use his first name and make it look like we're bestest friends. Now, you can be sure Alan has trawled through this video and looked for her. He would love nothing better to find a shot with, her hair in the corner or a finger or something. He would love to show the gory shots, to get the jump on other people. Of course, disrespectfully, totally. But they blurred it out. Sorry, Alan.
Now, he's the first man to see it.
Duh.
And I used to have to use his immediate observation to decide where Kylie was. For a start, the car's upside down. So we're seeing images like from this position. You see the rear window, important.
Please bear in mind that Alan is a failed furniture salesman. He's talking like he's a great detective, all right? He's not.
Confirm. I see the vehicle and the license plate. We have just found Kylie's vehicle. Over.
Confirmation number one is definitely Kylie's vehicle. My theory for over a week now is that she's in the cargo area, Kylie, tethered with a seatbelt. And that's what all the fuss was about. Here's the proof that she was. Little things that sold cases. And this protruding piece of seatbelt jamming Kylie in place
Well, hang on. There's no evidence that it's a piece of seatbelt. It's a grey smudge. It may be a piece of seatbelt. It may be something else. Who knows? So you can't just make black and white statements like this piece of seatbelt. At the moment, it's a grey smudge, Alan. Okay?
Is their downfall. The couple who called the tow truck, this
What?
is their downfall and will prove their undoing in the end. I want to explain the bit of seatbelt hanging out the trunk area.
The grey
I
smudge.
haven't got this model in the UK, and I'd like to thank Zab's guest for showing us the actual model, which has helped me
Why is she blurred? What's she done to annoy you? Oh, you just can't give any credit to anybody else, can you? You had to blur a photo.
a lot in my investigation. Thanks to Gail DC,
His investigation. Nope.
I've got the last piece of the puzzle I needed. Seatbelt.
See how he throws those little phrases in? He knows the answer because he's got the last piece of the puzzle. So, a lifetime of telling lies. He's ended up with this these patterns of language, the last piece of the puzzle. It doesn't say, I'm right, I know the answer, but it suggests it, doesn't it? You're nothing but a pathological liar, Alan. I don't think you even realise you are.
There, you see, on the right, it will stretch right out the back of the trunk compartment, but it can't be tethered.
That's not it.
So
That's
a lot of
smudge.
my findings that, yes, she was connected and left in the cargo area, and the strange, how do I use the seatbelts? This was the reason.
Really weird.
Would anybody be that stupid as to say to the road assistance guy, sorry, I nearly used the local term then, and then I realised people wouldn't understand it. Would anyone be that stupid to say, how do I seatbelt a body so that it stays down in the cargo part of this car? Is anybody that stupid?
Questions like in the sense of how do you put on your seatbelt correctly, and like, okay, and did she ask me to show her on how to connect it to like her actual belt?
The reason we couldn't see the body floating around
Why would you say that?
was because this is where she was. Do you see what I'm saying?
It's a
How important
smudge,
it is?
Alan. It's a
this
smudge.
hatchback.
It might be
Now,
seatbelt. Why not?
because it's a hatchback, it's not got a firm trunk. There's no like trunk boot to close to lock a body in. We have a vast open area.
It's not vast.
where
Vast
she would
means
just
huge.
float around.
It's not a vast area.
And they know
Alan.
that. When they
I
put
have a
people in it, They
hatchback.
know that. They have to strap her down.
You'd have to cram her in there.
No, way to strap it down would be to put her belt through this belt.
Thus restraining Carly's body.
Alan's whole theory is based on the fact that the roadside assistance guy said belt twice. Now, he's talking off the top of his head, and he said something about a belt through a belt. Alan's taken that to mean seat belt through pants belt, but they might not have meant that. They might be, this. The report of this, it's like third-hand knowledge, and now Alan's interpreting it on top of that. A whole lot can go wrong along that line. So what Alan does is called confirmation bias. He comes up with a theory. It's usually completely outrageous, beyond the realms of possibility. And then he goes looking for evidence to back up his theory. This is the opposite of what real detectives do, Alan. So stop telling everybody you're a detective or leading them to think that. Your reasoning is, as we say in Australia, arse about. Completely wrong.
From any movement.
God, what is that?
Her belt through.
There you go. There's Alan's expert drawing. I think that's okay. I think that's an N. I think this is a seatbelt. And then belt. Okay, there you go. That's Alan's explanation.
Through that belt. Restraining it in the cargo area.
You
Maybe.
put her belt.
Through this long diagonal belt.
Wrong.
Therefore, fastener in the cargo area. But the problem was, there's nowhere to clip it to. So they have
Why has it got a
restrain
dongle
it.
on it then?
to, in the boot lid,
Hang on.
the trunk lid. And that-
Hang on. Isn't that just the seatbelt from the back seat that they've pulled backwards? Because if that was the specific belt for the boot and it had the buckle on it, the silver thing, then they'd have to manufacture somewhere to put that in. That looks like that person's just pulled the seatbelt from the back seat over. Is that video from one of Alan's friends, is it, in America, trying to get some brownie points with her boss?
That's why you see it jammed out the back. It's keeping Kylie in place.
If that were the case, Alan, if that were the case, mate, the silver buckle would be really obvious. You'd be able to see the silver buckle, right?
See it jammed out the back. It's keeping Kylie in place.
You're an idiot.
So
You
she
really
couldn't
are.
float out over the top of the back seats. And as she's very slight, float out the window and be found. They intended getting rid of the car and Kylie at a much deeper lake, but encountered the problems of not being able to start the engine.
Where does that hook
and
in?
Not being able to restrain Kylie.
Where's it hook in?
In a double whammy, they ask him to come and start the car. And how the hell do these bloody belts work? We can't do it. And imagine the frustration when they couldn't find anything to clip this to. So they've got her in the back. They're fastened through her belt to this belt, but there's nowhere to clip it. Oh, damn it. Right. We'll jam it in the boot lid. That restrainer like this. And that's,
God,
in
is
my
that
opinion,
Bubbles' hand?
is how simple the answer is. Occam's razor
Where's
normally works. It's a
where's
simpler
the
explanation.
silver
But I
bit,
believe it's the
Alan?
right one. I will be proven right in the course of time.
He's so sure that he's right. Gee, I wonder why you've been married twice and divorced twice. I will be proven right in the course of time.
Of course, the police can't tell you this because they would have to tell you foul play.
Yeah, because it's a police cover-up. It's a cover-up of a cover-up of a cover-up. Actually, Nicole Kessinger did this. I wonder how long before poor old Nicole's dragged into it.
That would be, well, who did the foul play? I think they're waiting for the autopsy report. I think it's 1st of November. So I think we're seeing movement in
Toxicology.
November. But this is what happened. It wasn't an accident by any means.
He's got to be first,
I
doesn't he?
agree with Adventures with Purpose when they say murder or accident, not accident or murder. They had it the right way around. Jamming that there was the little clue, but a massive clue. When you put the circumstantial evidence together, it's
You know, that's why they don't convict people on circumstantial evidence, Alan, because it can be wrong.
impossible to debunk my theory, I think. But you can try. What do you think?
Oh, here we go. I'm going to debunk it right now. Alan, there's no silver buckle in that photo. Nope, debunked. Suck on that. I mean, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
The report on Nick, the towman's CCTV.
Ready to hang them, isn't he?
I'll be very worried now. In fact, I'll be handing myself in. After watching this,
Hand yourself in,
there's
kids.
nowhere to hide.
Hand
Turn
yourself in.
yourself in, kids, in my opinion. Tell the truth. If I'm wrong, go and tell the police what really happened.
Oh, there's some logic for you. Yeah, I can see them going, yes, we better go and tell the police. You idiot.
Because by not turning yourself in, people like me
We'll
will
speculate.
provide the evidence.
We'll
And we
speculate.
won't let law enforcement sweep another case under the carpet.
All right, where's the belt here, Alan? Where's the magical belt? Come on. And the thing that plugs into. Where's that? Nope.
Kylie would still be in that lake now if it wasn't for Adventures with Purpose
Yeah.
and YouTubers like the one that found Kylie's laptop, etc.
He's dodgy, isn't he? He's dodgy as.
My work here, you see, I did the Watts case, I did the shadow. I
Here
was
it comes.
proved right on the shadow.
How
I
did
will be
they
proved
hide
right on this
Kylie?
again.
Oh,
The tow man. He
confident.
might have looked in
voiceover, the
back window.
voiceover, the voiceover. Are
It would
you going for a trademark there, or a I'd call it a, what do they call it when criminals do something the same time? A signature. Alan's signature is the voiceover, the voiceover, the voiceover, and you don't know what to listen to after a while, do you? Do you think he realizes that it doesn't work, or he thinks it works? I think what he does is he makes a video and then he watches it on his phone and he does a voiceover narration over that. I think that's how we end up with the jumble.
have just seen her lying there, right? I believe there was a
No.
blanket covering her, and I believe we see it
What?
when Nick shows us it.
Oh, show
Under
us
the
the
water.
blanket. Go on, show us the blanket.
The vehicle is upside down. And the peak is upside down. I'm at the rear of the vehicle now, working my way trying to get a look inside.
This poor
I think we're
guy.
going to change the case. Now,
Ooh.
this is inside the vehicle
Ooh.
that's upside down.
No, it's reflection on the window, you knob.
Kylie Rodney is nowhere to be seen.
No, Alan.
If she was, she'd be blurred out.
Thank God.
This is very important, guys. I want you to understand. She's in the trunk.
Yes, Alan.
And I'm going to prove it.
They said she was in there. You don't
If
need
you
to
see
prove it.
this, she's not in the front seat. She's not in the back seat at all.
They said that.
She's in the trunk.
Yes, Alan. They said that. Why is it? And where's this belt?
Nowhere to be seen.
Where's the belt? Alan?
You know why? Because she's in the trunk. In my opinion.
That's the back window, Alan. That's where she is. The reason you can't see her is because the angle he's looking down, there's they've possibly blurred it. There'd be a film of sediment on the glass. And she's floated up. So you're not going to see her from that angle.
Well, not just my opinion. I can see she's not in the car.
Nobody can see anything through that window.
The body's only found.
Even he says, I can't
when
see.
Nick looks in this rear window.
No, side
Meaning-
window, actually.
She must be strapped or held in position. Otherwise, she would have floated upwards. As soon as
Alan, the car's upside down. She's on the roof because she floated up. There are two reasons why she might be at the top. A, decomposition and gases makes you float. B, she might be strapped. But you've decided that she was strapped in. Body in the area hidden.
he looks in this
Doesn't
area I'm
make
showing
sense.
you now, Nick confirms human remains, meaning that's where she was.
Yes, we know
Sitting
that.
in the front and rear
Jesus
seats,
Christ.
the diver cannot positively identify anyone. Experienced diver moves to the back seats and still can't see anything. There's no body to be seen. So he has to move to the back of the vehicle.
Oh,
The last
God.
place he can look is the rear window of the hatchback in the cargo area.
This is just mansplaining 101, isn't it? You watch the video, you see all that happen. No, Alan's got to make it like he discovered it. We know all this, knobhead. Really?
And this is where human remains in the vehicle over.
Adventures with Purpose finally find Kelly in the rear
Kylie.
cargo area of the vehicle by looking in that spot. That's where she is, in the cargo area only.
There is no contention about that. We're all in fierce agreement that that's where she was, Alan.
Good.
Rear driver's side is halfway down.
It confirms the rear driver's side window is halfway down. Is this done to let in water quickly? Doug confirms I'm right about the window being halfway down.
Copy that. Rear driver's side window is down.
She's in the back of the vehicle.
By back, he means the trunk
We know.
that he can see so clearly through this window.
We
He didn't see
know.
her before he looked behind the seats.
We
She's
all
in
know
the
this.
back of the vehicle.
Yes, Alan.
She's not in the back seats.
No.
She's not floating around at the top of the car. She's strapped in the cargo area.
We
I'm
know.
going to prove it, guys.
You don't have to prove it. We know.
She's not in the driver's seat.
It looks suspicious to me.
It looks suspicious to me.
I love the way he repeats what everyone says.
Why would it look
Why?
suspicious? I believe it's because what he can't say, and I think they know that she's strapped.
No, it's not actually. I watched an interview with him last night where he said that the body had floated up and that her feet were hanging down because, you know, that part of the body, the gas accumulates in the torso. He mentioned nothing about straps. If there were straps, he'd have said something either here or in the multiple interviews he's given. All right?
In the cargo area. I'm going to prove it to you.
He has to prove everything, you know.
Vehicle's upside down.
Yeah.
Some of the window is halfway down. One window is all the way down. Call the authorities.
One window is smashed, another one is halfway down.
We know.
Obviously, to get the water in as quickly as possible.
Not
so it sinks
obviously.
as quickly as possible.
Not obviously.
Now, we've searched down that particular Honda. I'm going to tell you what I think happened. Yes, Nick was right. The car didn't go in that night.
Thank God we've got Alan to confirm that Nick was right. Because, you know, we've all been doubting Nick up until now. Thank God Alan in his women's T-shirt, do they come in men's, Alan? Is there to confirm it for Nick. Nick should actually be thanking Alan.
It was pushed in on a following day.
Allegedly.
Boy and the girl that Nick encountered, and this is the armchair detective, is what I do. If I'm wrong,
You nearly saw tea come out my nose then. Armchair detective, this is what I do. Yeah, you sit in a squeaky gamer's chair, lopsided, in women's clothing. As an failed furniture salesman with how many failed businesses and bankruptcies, Alan? 8 or 9? This is what he does. Sit here and take super chat off vulnerable women. Yep, I'll say it.
I'm wrong. This is my opinion.
You're wrong. Blink, 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 blink.
Boy and the girl put her in the cargo area and strapped her there.
Now, do you realise in America you could be done for defamation for saying that? The internet, the YouTube is not the Wild West. The only thing that is stopping you being sued right now is the fact that you're in a different country.
Why am I saying that?
Because you're
Up to
not.
us. Possibly has some information with the Boca.
At first, when I went there,
Check
I
the spelling
realized
of
that's my
battery.
test.
Battery with an IE instead of a Y. Who the hell wrote that?
You know, everything was working great on the vehicle. At that point in time, I did notice that, like, she was very
No.
hesitant.
All right, time for an English lesson, folks. I'm sorry. In the interest, I can't let the English language suffer like this.
Possibly has some
Right. Battery is spelt B-A-T-T-E-R-Y. One battery spelt with a Y. If you have multiple batteries and you want to write batteries, then the Y changes to an I and you add ES and it becomes B-A-T-T-E-R-I-E-S. Right? Because they're talking about one battery, because it says the battery, that tells us one battery. It should be spelled B-A-T-T-E-R-Y. But I will give them brownie points for using the apostrophe in its, because they've contracted it is down to its. The apostrophe basically tells us they've left out a letter. So brownie points for that one. But a big fail on the spelling of battery. Do you not use spell check?
information with the Boca.
At first, when I went there, I
Wanted details on seat belts. Why? Remember I said, Alan, that we use punctuation to give our writing expression? It puts the pauses and the stops in. So without punctuation, this says wanted details on seat belts. Why? Doesn't really make sense. You need a pause in after seat belts. So you can either do it with a full stop and then make why a pretend sentence on its own, or you could put a comma. That would be the best thing to do. Comma after belts, just to put a pause in. Wanted details on seat belts. Why? You see, we need punctuation to give it expression. Otherwise, you just look ignorant, more ignorant than you are.
I realized after my test that, you know, everything was working great on the vehicle. At that point in time,
How to connect a seat belt to a actual belt. Okay. In English, we say an actual belt. It just sounds better. Because, and the rule of thumb that we use is, if you're saying a something, right, like a noun, a something, and the something starts with a vowel, A-E-I-O-U, we change the A to N. So because actual starts with a vowel, A, we change the A before it to N, and it just sounds better. How to connect a seatbelt to an actual belt signals to people that you're speaking to that you have got some education, that you know what you're talking about. It signals education. How to connect a seatbelt to a actual belt, if you write it incorrectly, that signals to people that you're a nuff. All right? So every time you make one of these small grammatical errors, I know it makes me look like a grammar Nazi, but it signals to people that you're an idiot. That's why we try to get these things right.
I did notice that, like, she was very hesitant and very skeptical on everything that was going on. She was asking me really weird questions, like in the sense of, how do you put on your seatbelt
And the way this guy talks just drives me nuts.
correctly? And like, okay, and she asked me to show her on how to connect it to.
Showed me on how to connect it. The correct English would be asked me to show her how to connect it. Right? Why people are talking this way, I just don't get it.
Like her actual belt. After
Like.
that,
She asked me how to connect it.
Oh, stop
to her actual
repeating
belt.
everything
Like
they
the sense of,
say.
how do you put on your seatbelt correctly? And like, okay, and she asked me to show her on how to connect it to like her actual belt.
Why would she attach it to her home belt? Does she really mean Kylie's belt?
This
strong one that
belt?
Kylie was wearing that night.
After that, she was stating on how she was there all night.
This girl.
Stating on how she was there all night. Wouldn't you just say she was stating that she was there all night? Why does he put on in his sentences all the time? And why does Alan look so confused there? Do we need a screenshot of that? I think we do. Hang on. Oh, I've only got one hand. I can't do it. Oh, seriously. That is so annoying. Somebody get a screenshot of that. That could be a meme later.
Don't know who she is, and I'm not going to name her. But
How could you name her if you don't know who she is, knobhead?
who talks about an actual belt?
Yes, I was
Sammy!
the last person to contact her after the party, and I was with her basically throughout the entire party.
This photo has got a belt.
Oh my God, she's wearing a belt. Hold the front page of the Times.
Listen to what she said.
Can you confirm whether or not she was wearing this at the night of the party? Is that what she was wearing?
On the night of
Yeah,
the
so
party.
that top is exactly what I saw her in. If you can see on her left side, on her hip, you can see some skin. She was wearing
So
a
wearing these, they're called Dickie work pants, green.
Oh, for
I think
God's
this is the actual pair. Just so people don't know what Dickie pants are.
Like we don't know what pants are, Alan. He's gone and looked up Dickie pants. Oh, for God's sake.
That's what you'd be looking for if you can see anything in the video.
She was wearing green Dickies pants, but that belt is definitely what she's wearing too. I remember watching her have to take it off when we were using the restroom together.
She remembers Kylie was wearing that belt.
Stop
Nick says
repeating everything
the
they
girl
say.
was asking her, how does she connect a belt to a belt?
she kept on going over that. Like, how do you like, you know, secure your seatbelt like firmly and like do it correctly? And that's
This is what the girl meant. How to put Kylie's belt around the long belt and do
Alan's-
it correctly and firmly so she won't move.
Oh, hang on. I'm trying to make sense of this diagram. So is this a seat belt going across here diagonally? And then this squiggle, is that the belt around someone's waist being looped through that belt? And what's the KN? I don't know. It's another interpretation of Alan's diagram, okay?
Kylie's belt around the long belt and do it correctly and firmly
And
so she won't move.
firmly.
Correctly and firmly, so it won't come loose underwater.
Well, hang on. You added the underwater. Be fair.
How to connect a belt to a belt to fasten it? How do they work, these belts, right?
How do seat belts work? Seriously, someone sitting in the driver's seat of a car saying, how does this seat belt work? What is this thing?
Armchair Detectives team's discovery, guys. That's going to change the case, in my opinion.
Oh,
else do
everything's
you
a
think she was?
world-breaking discovery for
Kylie
you.
Rodney B in an upside-down car
We know where she was.
and
Alan.
not be seen.
We
We
know.
couldn't see the body floating around.
No, you couldn't, thank God.
because This is where she was.
Could you imagine?
Do you see what I'm
did?
saying? How important this is. In this hatchback.
No silver buckle.
Now, because it's a hatchback, it's not got a firm boot trunk. There's no like trunk boot to close.
You said that
to lock the
before.
body in.
Are you replaying the same thing over
We have a
again?
vast open area
Yeah, you are.
where
Vast.
she would just float around.
Yes, Alan. So, Alan's like mansplaining here. He's taken facts that we've all known for about 2 weeks and presenting them as breaking news, right? She was in the car. She was in the boots. Yeah, we know that, Alan. Jesus
Because
Christ.
they're in such a hurry.
Oh, now they're in a
When
hurry.
they close the boot, a bit of that cargo belt is
You
exactly where the cargo belt.
Belt, no, see, it wasn't purposely. Alan just said it was because they were in a hurry. Belt purposely jammed in lid. It's not a lid. It's a, what is it? It's a door? It's not a lid. I mean, lid's what goes on a jar or a container. Belt purposely jammed in door or hatch. It's definitely not a lid.
Would be accident or murder, and I can see why they used that title, because if he saw her strapped in that position,
So
and if she's strapped down, is murder. Why didn't she go
he didn't see her strapped down. He saw a foot. That's what he saw.
out the window that was broke? Because she's already deceased. Why?
Well, no, you're assuming she was already deceased, Alan. You see, you just make these assumptions and you present them as fact. Not true.
Everything sounded so strange to Nick. It wouldn't work if the body floated out the window. Would it? Am I right? Or am I wrong?
You're
Could
wrong.
be one or the other.
Wrong.
That's my opinion.
Yep, wrong.
I proved it to you. the
No,
best
you
I
didn't
can,
prove it. You didn't
In the
prove
armchair detective
nothing.
Traditional way.
Yeah,
Come up with a solution.
in the traditional way. Okay,
Could be wrong.
is wrong.
I was right about the shadows.
No, you weren't.
Am I right about this?
No,
Your opinion.
you want this to be as big as the shadows, don't you? You're just chasing that high again. It's not going to happen.
Was she strapped in the way I just presented? Or was she floating around in the car?
How many times do we have to explain this to you? There was no current. It's a reservoir, so there's no current. She's not going to be floating around in the car. Because of decomposition, the gases had accumulated in her torso and she'd floated up towards what was now the floor of the car. If there were straps, Nick would have mentioned them.
Yes or no?
No.
Haynes is Nick the tow guy.
Dick the toe guy.
Recognize-
That's Freudian, isn't it? Dick the toe guy.
Kylie
You're an
as
idiot.
the girl, or did he recognize the Honda and the number plate? Which was it? Yeah, so he realized she was gone. But did he recognize her face as the girl he met? Or was it the car he remembered? And it's my
Is that spelled right? I hope so.
recognize her face as the girl
Oh, yeah.
he met? Or was it the car he remembered?
Does it matter?
His mind automatically said, well, it must be her because it's her car. You recognise the car, not the face. Thank
We
you
know.
for watching The Armchair Detective.
Thank you for watching The Armchair Detective, where I've just mansplained a whole lot of information that we already knew anyway, in a desperate attempt to get views and clicks and revenue to support my gambling habit. So, normally comments, I find, run at about 10% of views. So he's had 4,700, let's round it, 4,800 views. So you would expect that to be about, nearly 500 comments. We've got 124 comments. So does that mean a whole lot of people have watched this and then gone, I don't think this makes sense at all? All right, let's have a look at some of the comments. Oh, the hen forcer. Yes, you'd be objective. It makes total sense, Alan. That makes me sad, but I'm even more motivated to help ensure Kylie and her family get answers. These people really think they're solving crimes, don't they? Firm and strong. Who says that? Damning testimony. I mean, these people think they're solving crimes. This is where true crime took a turn about 5 years ago. It used to be really interesting because it was people talking about historical crimes and not trying to solve crimes. But along came Alan and a couple of other people who thought they had some skills in body language, or, they'd watched a couple of Netflix specials and suddenly they think they can solve crimes. And about 5 years ago, they all turned up on YouTube and it's just gone to hell in a handbasket. Now it's ridiculous. All these amateurs running around trying to solve crimes, they must get in the way of the police. They must. When they announced Kaz Shaw, when they announced that AWP had found her car, Sammy said on Instagram, now see, look, we're in the realm of rumour here. No, they haven't, because she thought they were searching at the other lake where she knew the car was not. But little did she know they had gone back to Prosser to search. So she, oh my God, it's all one sentence. I'm not even going to bother. So yeah, there are 124 of these ridiculous comments from people agreeing with Alan. It'd be interesting to go through and see how many don't use punctuation like him and could actually be him. Oh, look at all the exclamation marks. Doesn't Alan do that? Who uses lots of exclamation marks, folks? Yeah, I think you're bang on here, Alan. I hope her murderers get what's coming to them. There's so much wrong here. So much wrong. All right. Oh, look, I'm on here twice now. Oh, there I am. Thank God you can see me. All right, what do you think? All 7 of you, come on. Yeah, he was. He was dressed up in black tie the next day trying to make some money out of the death of the Queen. Classy, Alan. Real classy. No, don't want that. Don't want that. Oh, come on. That one. Okay. Yes, that's how you spell battery. Well done. You get a tick. Gold star. Has he taken the video down where he says every car in the world starts in neutral? She's a knob. Water, party, Alan, it's pronounced water and party. I know those T's in the middle of, hello, Mutton. Those T's in the middle of, hang on, you don't exist. What are you doing on here? Which of the people running your account is that? Yeah, he will. He'll just say whatever generates cash. Yeah, yeah. He's an opportunist. He's like a vulture. He's just feeds on carrion. Yeah, he's horrible. Yes, what's happened to T's in the middle of words now? We've now got a generation of people who've gone through university and they've got like law degrees, and they'll come onto the TV to give their, you know, their legal opinion on something, and they'll say words like, you know, water. And you think, my God, that education was wasted on you, wasn't it? You can't even say water properly. Martin, hi GG. Some creators always look for the worst possible solution. Yeah, drama makes money, doesn't it? Generates the most cash. That's our boy. It's great news about the Chris Watson murder trial. I have no idea what that is, but I can look it up. I can Google it. Chris Watson. Watch Granny Google. Oh no. He was an Australian politician that served as the third prime. No, I'm guessing we're not talking about the third Prime Minister of Australia. Tell me about Chris Watson. Clearly Google's not going to. Just chat amongst yourselves. Go on. I'm supposed to be planning. Oh, God, I haven't done that planning. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm so going to get in trouble. This started off as study. Look, shady man, you've led me astray again. I'm so easily led astray. Come on, what's going on? Who's this Chris Watson person? I need to know now. I could also share with you this list of Alanisms. The last time I watched Alan, I started the dictionary of Alanisms. So here's the first one. I'll run you through them. The first one is hallucinogenics, which is Alan's way of saying hallucinogenics. It's pronounced hallucinogenics from now on. Broom hoover, he's still saying broom hoover. Pitiful with a V in it, is Alan's way of saying pitiful. And he says nothing with a K on the end of it. Nothing. He says something instead of something. Indoctrination. I'll repeat that. Indoctrination is now how we pronounce indoctrination. Manger, of course. Preface instead of preface. What's all the noises in the background? Yeah. It sounds like he's living on a runway in Heathrow. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's living in a share house or a halfway house. Or maybe he's sharing a cell with someone called Bubba. I don't know. Phenomenon is how we say phenomenon from now on. Cashmelian is how we say chameleon from now on. And respective is the correct pronunciation of receptive from now on, okay? That's the latest updates to the Macquarie Dictionary. He's squatting. Oh, nothing would surprise me with knobhead, honestly. Hiding in buildings, hiding in derelict buildings. I don't know. I wish. I really, really want to go over to the UK and stalk him. How did you stop yourself from stalking him while you were there? Don't tell me. I don't want to know. Yeah, imagine sharing a house with Alan. Could you imagine it? Everything would be his. Anything in the fridge, all be his. Yep. Sorry I ate your stuff, but I was just entitled to it. So I took it. Shady is taking the piss out of Alan's vocabulary. You know that character, who was it, Lurch in the Addams Family, who just used to go, she held you back. Wait for Outback and I, we'll all go over. It'll be lovely. We'll just all be sitting there in his local coffee shop one day when he walks in. We'll go, hello, Alan. Come and sit down and have a chat. Chris Dawson. So not the third Prime Minister of Australia. Okay, what's Chris Dawson done? I shall Google. I don't live in the world of true crime. I live in the real world. Oh, him. That guy. Yeah, you see, he was lucky. He was lucky because he committed that murder just before mobile phones. So they didn't have any pings to chase. Yeah. Yeah, I know. We need to organise like a bus tour of the UK and all go to Weston-super-Mare. I'd love to. I really, truly would. We should do a bus tour of UK poker tournaments. Just go from one to the other. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Just stand behind him. Harold Holt's the Prime Minister that disappeared in the surf, went out for a swim in the surf. I'm okay. Didn't come back. And then some knob wrote a book years later saying that he hadn't drowned. He'd been picked up by a Chinese submarine and he's living in China or something. People are ridiculous. They really are. People will do whatever sells, basically. Let's face it. Sorry, that was me burping because I'm eating chocolate. I'm an Australian. What can I say? What can I say? Okay, what else do you want to talk about? We've done Alan. Could look up his second last thing, but I just get angry, and then my blood pressure goes up. Then I have a stroke. Speaking of which, how's the dog? He's okay. Hey, look, there's me. Creams. Ooh. Now you see, look, now I'm distracted. What I was thinking of doing was scroll through Facebook with me. Spend half an hour just looking at what comes up on your Facebook feed. We'll meet at the court and then we'll go on a bus tour. Yeah. Let's do that. But it'll be too late then because Alan will be banged up in jail. If I ever use any Australian words and you really don't know what I've said, ask me, okay? I've come to the conclusion Australian is a language. Really. He said every car in the world starts in neutral. He just makes stuff up, doesn't he? He really just makes stuff up and blurts it out. Yeah. At least I sometimes stop and think. Sometimes. Occasionally. Hang on. Let's do a scroll through Facebook. What do I call it now? Meta. What's that all about? They just changed the company name, did they? Oh, look, I've got some things on my bell. Now, are you guys seeing this? Are you seeing... I'll leave it up. Oh, no, how am I going to see the chat? If I put that up, then I can't see the chat. Maybe I could open the chat on my phone, but then I've got two devices running and, I'm old and I've only got one. The opioids ran out last night. I'm in pain today, tell you what. I had a look at it. I've got staples in my skin. I naively thought that I would have stitches. No, I've got 15 staples in a line. And then I looked up a video on how they remove the staples. That's fascinating. It really is. I'm starting to get a bit addicted to medical YouTube clips. Some of them are fascinating. Those people know heaps of stuff. So if I change to another screen, will you see that screen? The staples come out in 4 days. That's a Thursday, but then the Friday, the next day, is the end of term. So we've got 2 weeks off. So I've got 1 more week for medical and then 2 weeks holidays, and then I go back. I feel like I've hardly been at work this term, not with COVID and stuff. So if I put up this Facebook, will you see it? All right. Do you see my Facebook? Oh, Triss likes all my photos, and I like all Triss's photos. I think we're kindred spirits, Triss and I. I am Corra Macau of the Clan Macau. I was born in 1518 in the village of Glenfinnan on the shores of Loch Shiel, and I am immortal. I hope that lightning wouldn't be hitting that cow, would it? No. Good. So what I was thinking of doing was half an hour every day just scrolling through my ridiculous Facebook feed. I get some weird stuff. I really do. And well, it's probably because I look up weird stuff that I get weird stuff. But I'm on a lot of these teacher sites, and you get a really good feel for how teachers are going in other countries. Teachers in America are struggling right now. Okay, what's this? Is this one of those Second Life things? Here's a chance to start an adventure of your life. See, bad English. Here's your chance to start an adventure of your life. What the hell does it mean? Does it mean the adventure of your life? Or your life as an adventure? I really don't know. France is bacon. When I was young, my father said to me, knowledge There's an alarm going off in my house somewhere, but that's ridiculous because my phone is here. I know Greg's not home. Sean, have you got yourself a phone? No? I'm going to go and hunt this down. Hang on. Just read that. What's going on, Sean? Okay. Oh no, now I've got to get my headphones on with one hand. All right. So my partner's gone to work without his phone. And oh, I've got a squeaky gaming chair too. All right, what does this say? When I was young, my father said to me, knowledge is power, Francis Bacon. I understood the knowledge is power. France is bacon. Oh, France is bacon. Oh, for more than a decade, I wondered over the meaning of the second part and what was the surreal linkage between the two. If I said the quote to someone, knowledge is power, France is bacon, they nodded knowingly, or someone might say, knowledge is power, and I'd finish the quote, France is bacon. And they wouldn't look at me like I'd said something very odd, but thoughtfully agree. I did ask a teacher, what did knowledge is power, France is bacon mean? And got a full 10-minute explanation of the knowledge is power bit, but nothing on France is bacon. When I prompted further explanation by saying France is bacon in a questioning tone, I just got a yes. At 12, I didn't have the confidence to press it further. I just accepted it as something I'd never understand. It wasn't until years later I saw it written down that the penny dropped. Francis Bacon. Hilarious. Okay, what else we got? Oh my God. Someone's commented, when I was a little kid and had to receive the Pledge of Allegiance in school, that's American, isn't it? I thought it said, for widget stands. I imagined a stand selling widgets. It's for widget stands, isn't it? My niece used to finish up the pledge as with liver, tea, and just a squirrel. Come on, even I know that's not right. Oh, my God. Okay, how do I get better for you? Sorry, I wandered off Alan then. You had deep muscular surgery done. I don't know. I went to sleep and then I woke up and I had staples. It hurts. It really hurts. Now that the anesthetic's worn off, I tell you what, it hurts. The capital of France. Would it be Paris? Of course it's Paris. Hang on, I've got to go back here. We're going to do half hour scrolling through my Facebook feed, all right? Because I get some really random stuff. All right. Tell me when it's 6 p.m. Tell me when it's 6:30. Right. The internet discussing what colours math, English, and history are. Look at them all fighting. No, history is yellow. No, history is red. The internet discussing what colour science is. Science is green. So they all agree on that one. Okay. A Halloween. Oh, okay. Lots of ads. Oh, my God. What is that? Oh, my God. It's like temporary tattoos, prank makeup. Oh, how terrifying. Does it go on that easily? I think not. It's hideous. What is it with the American obsession with Halloween? Is it because you've got Mexican people there and they've got that whole death celebration thing? Why? What the Halloween thing? I don't get it. We don't do it here. Classic. In my defense, the flight attendant said, please familiarize yourself with all the safety features aboard the aircraft. That's the kind of stupid stuff I'd do. That's awesome. All right. Teacher needing to vent. So many teachers needing to vent. I guess it's an American. Just needing to vent after reading some of our responses to requests for help. It's ridiculous to me that we as teachers, a large part of this group, don't take the time to read and analyse many of the posts made on this page. I do. Many times I find teachers asking for help, but the post turns into a gripe session, people complaining about each of our personal views or beliefs, and with no advice given to the person asking. That's true. Most people can only think about themselves. I'm afraid it's a fact. We get upset when our kids don't read the directions and respond to the questions in class, yet many of us on this page are doing exactly that. Oh, well said. We read a post and respond in a way that gives no help, but rather causes people to regret making the post. Yes, welcome to the internet. This page, from my understanding, nice use of punctuation. This page, from my understanding, was designed to help teachers, yet I continually see us tearing each other down and ripping each other's opinions apart. We don't do that, rather than providing actual help. What are these little OBJ things that turn up? Come on, teachers, we can do better. Let's be supportive and uplifting in an extremely tough job rather than derogatory and demeaning. Well, that doesn't make sense, but I think I know what you mean. Okay, all right. Oh, King Charles, isn't this going to take some getting used to? I've only ever known the Queen. King Charles speaks of his deeply rooted Christian faith in first address to the nation. How long is this? I don't want to put it on. Christian Today. Okay, so they're pushing their own barrow here. That's good. I mean, you know, it's important to have a faith of some sort. It gives you something to believe in. What job deserves to have higher pay? Ooh. Well, I'd say teachers. What do you think? Megapint. Yes. Megapint. GG, I changed my name to Megapint Healy during the Depp trial. Can you get Megapint t-shirts? Then all these book reviews I did are coming back laughing their asses off. Had to change it back. That's great. Yeah, Megapint became like the takeaway from the trial, didn't it? That and Amber's a psychopath. Completely psychopath. Crazy lady. We'll never have another queen in our lifetime. No, that's why I've been watching a lot of these. It's not a lot, but I'm going to make a point of watching, you know, the funeral and the coronation and that, because we may not see that again in our lifetime. This might be our one opportunity to see all these traditions, these ceremonies. Have you taught kids with the same set of skills? Like, do you mean kids with selective dyslexia? All the time. And while we're at it, it's not allowed with physical, no, not allowed to do physical punishment anymore. No, I came late to teaching. I was 40 when I came to teaching. So A, I know that it's what I really want to do. And B, I missed all that corporal capital punishment thing. Thank God, because I don't want the responsibility of smacking someone else's child. Goodness. It's for the parents. There's no fun left for them, is there? All right. Have I taught kids like Alan? Yeah, I have taught pathological liars. Yep. Oh, thank you. Oh, I keep saying nice things. All right, back to Facebook. What job deserves to have higher pay? There's our question for the next 5 minutes. I'm going to say teachers in America. We're pretty well paid here in Australia. But in America, teachers, because they seem to put up with a lot. Either that or they're really whingy. But, yeah, they seem to put up with a lot in America. So I'm going to say teachers in America. Anaesthetists, because I've realised that they keep you alive during surgery. Who else needs more money? We're lucky in Australia. We have what's called a minimum wage. So it's a guaranteed minimum that people know they're going to get. Nurses, teachers, you know what? I'd just settle for some respect again. I'm sick of being seen as a punching bag by everybody. I think the problem is that we've now got a generation of, oh God, I'm on my soapbox, look out. We've got a generation of parents who feel okay with saying, I hated going to school, I didn't do very well, I hated my teachers, saying it to their children. So that's why we've got a whole lot of kids who don't respect teachers now, because their parents talk us down. The monetary notes we have will be gone by the end of September. Charles's head will be on them very soon. Care workers, yes. Anybody who cares for someone else, especially in a physical capacity, absolutely. And all those people that clean up, you know, in hospitals, you know, the people who clean up the vomit and stuff, you know, give them more money. Yes, I wanted to start a rumour on the internet. I thought of this last night, that any money with the Queen's head on is now useless. If we were near April the 1st, that would be my April Fool's Day joke. Any money with Queen's picture on is now useless, and see people run around and panic. Because I like that kind of chaos. All right, next bit. I get a lot of these ads for T-shirts, and now I'm getting ads for Halloween T-shirts. I have to admit to having bought some teacher. Hey, do you guys have this problem where you think about something and all of a sudden there's ads in your feed for it? I thought about buying a new mattress, and I swear the next morning there were ads for mattress. I hadn't even said the word mattress. And there were ads for mattresses in my feed. How do they know what I'm thinking? I can understand, they might be able to access the camera. Ellen will still, oh, absolutely, yeah. I can understand that, they can listen to the microphone on your phone or whatever, and they might hear you say mattress. But I hadn't thought it. How did they know I was thinking about mattresses? Da, 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 da. Yeah, it's a shame Ellen doesn't keep us updated on all the different law enforcement agencies, because, I'd like to see some reward for all of our hard work, all those agencies we contact. Death Stares. I am a member of this Facebook group called Death Stares, STAIRS, and people post pictures of dangerous stairs, right? And I don't know what this guy's doing. 2 hours of stairs, 2 days since the last injury. So they post at this site, at the Manitou Incline, Manitou, how high it is, how many steps, what the elevation is, the descent, and how many days since the last injury. So there's been 2 days since anybody was injured on those stairs. There you go. Yep, that goes on the death stairs. Oh, look at them. I saw some footage earlier this morning of William and Harry and Meghan and Kate. I'm really impressed I know those names for someone who doesn't follow the royal family. Out the front of Buckingham Palace looking at flowers. Was this like a PR thing to show that, Harry and Meghan aren't completely on the outer? And I was amazed by how skinny Kate is. How do you have 3 children and still be that skinny? She mustn't eat. Hope she hasn't got anorexia. Oh, let's start a rumour. Is this part of the PR? Here comes the next king. Poor guy's got his dad's baldness pattern. They still look happy, don't they? His Majesty the King has bestowed the title of Prince and Princess of Wales. So does the person who's next in line to get the job get the title Prince of Wales, do they? Upon Prince William and Catherine. Poor old Meghan. Meghan, you'll never be a princess. With Catherine beside him, our new Prince and Princess of Wales will, I know, see, these people can use punctuation, continue to inspire and lead our national conversations. That's great. Helping to bring the marginal, the poor, to the centre ground where vital help can be given. A king who cares about, I'm not saying the Queen didn't, but, it wasn't a high priority. But here he is actually, second day in the job, talking about bringing the marginal to the centre ground where vital help can be given. Wow. And finally, a king who really cares about the environment. I'm so hopeful. All right, penguins. BBC Earth has been suggested for me. And they think I'm going to be interested in penguins who steal rocks from other penguins to make nests. That is kind of interesting. Do they have fights over the rocks? What does a penguin fight look like? Yeah, just stand there and look casual, mate. Yeah, I didn't take the rock. Where's that rock? Where's that damn rock? Then he comes back and gets another one. You lazy man. Look at you. And his wife's just sitting there going, yeah, steal the rocks, steal the rocks. You shady. The one who's been robbed seems unaware that the thief is just over his shoulder and looking for more. Oh, this one's doing all the hard work and he's just stealing them. No, that's wrong. That's wrong, having your neighbours steal your stuff. All right, what's this? Oh my God, what is this? This is our local football, I think, up here in the sticks. Few boys at the cricket club play for the Pigs, mate. It's a football team called the Pigs. Oh my God. Is this an ad? Looks like an ad, doesn't it? Oh, I'm going to hang my phone here and create yet another blockage to my vision as I drive. Yeah, look, it's do-it-yourself blind spot. Nice work. No, this can't be legal. No. Well, you could stick tape up there. That's a good idea. Ridiculous. I'm also a member of a Facebook page called That's It, I'm Architecture Shaming. And people post pictures of architecture that should be shamed. That is hideous. It's an old photo, though. It's a black and white photo. Where is it? Is that the same one? No, it's not. Good Samaritan Medical Center, Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, yeah, it's a little bit weird, but that one's amazing. Where is it? It doesn't say where it is. Maybe it doesn't exist anymore. St. Joseph's Hospital in Tacoma, Washington. It's hideous. Why would you do that? And it's standing on those spindly little legs. Oh, don't like the look of that. Definitely needs shaming, that one. 8-year-old me after losing eraser. Oh, look, his little heart's broken. 25-year-old me after losing everything. Very sad. Anyway. True. Are there people who just sit around making memes all the time? Is that what they do? Yeah, amazing king. All right, coming back to the chat. Alan's feed adverts would be interesting. Yeah, wouldn't it? It'd be all about alcohol and poker, and they can't do porn on there. It's Facebook. Yeah, wouldn't it be great to have a king who actually gets out there and advocates for the poor and the disenfranchised and the environment? We are so at a tipping point with the environment. And they're going to compost the flowers. Oh my God, that is so good. King Charles hates ugly buildings. He calls them carbuncles. See, I've always said, Charles, you should have married me. If you wanted a plain woman, you should have married me. Maybe he can marry me after, what's her name? What's her name? The riffraff that he married after she shuffles off the mortal coil. Then I could be a princess. No, I'd be a queen consort, wouldn't I? Could you imagine it? We'd fix the environment, Charlie and I. All right, next bit is Karen fans. Okay, this is a suggestion. Karen messes with the wrong guy. Do I need sound for this?
Fund. Normally, this employee would issue the refund, but after feeling the wrath of Karen's entitlement, they tell her to leave. Take a look at what happens when Karen gets aggressive and tells this Pizza Hut employee to meet her outside.
Oh, don't need to do that.
This hotel manager teaches this young couple a lesson after they had disrespected his employee.
Whoa.
To sum it up, this entitled couple had come into his hotel and began to insult and harass the young receptionist. When told to leave, they refused and continued to put the woman down until she began to cry. After hearing about what was going on in the lobby, the hotel manager races downstairs and puts this couple in their place.
Don't push up my door. I don't know who the think you is, but don't push my door, brother. I'm not the one you think I am, brother. I will take 20 years of the military and beat your You understand me? Now, don't you ever disrespect nobody up in this hotel. You understand me? Because I'm not the you think I am. Don't play with me, boy. Ain't no cameras out there. We ain't in the hotel no more.
I'm recording you
I
right
don't give
now.
what you do. Okay?
Don't get up.
Now
on
get out my hotel.
I am.
Get out.
I am. Walk away from me.
No, get out.
Then
Because you don't have no room
because-
here, and you in here
don't-
disturbing my thing. You cussing at my receptionist.
I did not.
You threatening my receptionist. Get out of
I'm
here.
not. I did
Get
not.
out.
I'm walking away. If you would.
No, you ain't
give me-
walking away. You
if
standing
you
here.
Would give me some
Goodbye.
space,
Goodbye.
dude.
Goodbye.
Coming up next,
Oh, I love to see people treat entitled people like that. That brings joy to my heart. Next one.
we have a woman who is now known as Target Tammy. She's just been refused service for not wearing a mask and is now abusing the young staff. A random customer decides that he isn't going to let this entitled Karen abuse the employees and steps in, providing this Karen with a taste of her own medicine.
I'm in Target by Columbus Circle, and this idiot is bullying the cashiers because she doesn't want to wear a mask. He's streaming on Instagram, and they love drama, so let's give them drama. Let's give them drama. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh my God, do it again. I love that. I'm obsessed with that. So what's your name? Well, if you're strong in your convictions, just say your name. I wasn't really willing to give her more like airtime. Like she's just another idiot. Like we've all seen them. But the best part is that when she started getting huffy, I saw her earphones like fall like out of her bag or whatever, like off to the side. And at first I was like going to get her attention, and then I saw what she was doing. So while she was like on her little tirade and standing up for her rights or whatever, I just picked them up and I just took them. And so this will not have any music, and we'll have to buy new headphones.
I think that's stealing.
Next guy goes full Karen mode on these young employees after they had messed up his drink.
I want to speak to the person who made this drink. Is that you?
No,
Well, we don't know who made it,
You
so
don't know who made it?
there's 4 of us here, so we honestly don't know.
Stupid high school kid.
I'm calling the police. I'm calling the police.
I want the telephone.
Shut the
Oh my God.
Bye. Okay, good for you. Bye.
I want
Bye.
shut up.
You shut up. You're not gonna tell me to shut up. Who are you? Who are you?
Immigrant loser.
What? You. Get the out. Get the out. You're going to jail, you racist piece of
After this video blew up online and went viral, this guy was identified and was visited by the police. He stands to face charges of intimidation based on bias, breach of peace, and criminal trespass. Hopefully this will make him think twice about abusing employees in the future.
Morning, a Connecticut man caught going on a threatening racist tirade in a viral video at a smoothie shop is facing charges. 8-year-old James Iannazo also threw a smoothie and refused to leave the Robex on Black Rock Road in Fairfield. He was demanding to talk to a manager. He now faces charges of intimidation based on bigotry or bias, breach of peace, and criminal trespass.
Having to wear a mask in order to
What a horrible human being. All right. That is half an hour of going through my feed. Yeah, only, well, I don't know. I hope it's only in America. God. We've got them here. Yeah. I don't know. What's going on? People are so angry. Yeah. All right. Shady Man. It is 6:30 p.m. Well, yeah, 6:27 p.m. It's starting to get dark. So I really should go and think about dinner, I suppose. It's been fun. I haven't the planning. So I'm going to have to do it tonight. It's going to be late night. Thank you for talking to me. It's been fun. So, yeah, might do this again tomorrow, but not so long. We might just do the half-hour Facebook thing tomorrow, okay? All right. Be good. Have a lovely day, all right, in your charity shop, okay? Sell all the expensive stuff for lots of money. I'm going to go and check on my dog, my prop dog. And, yeah, Alan's still a wanker. Yay! Actually, I'll post next time he posts. 4:30 a.m. Go back to sleep, Hayley. What are you doing up? I just saw this one up here. Adverts for new man erectile. Yeah, that's what Alan would have on his. Yeah, his Facebook feed. Erectile tablets. Hello from Canada. Canada, California. I don't know what that says. It's 4:30 a.m. Go back to sleep, Hayley. Come on. Sunday morning. It's Sunday morning. Hayley, go to bed. Don't be silly. 9:30. So that's reasonable. That's civilized. Have a lovely evening. Get better soon. Thank you. Yeah, 4 days till the staples come out. Yay. Look up medical, look up on YouTube how they remove staples. That's fascinating. I'm going to ask to have a go. Thank you. All right. Be good. Be nice to people. Be kind to the environment and all that stuff, okay? Yeah, long live the king. And I hope he does something for the environment, please. Somebody's got to do something. God, I love your video. I saw your lives and had to come on. Oh, Hayley, stop it. I'm an old lady. That's good. Thank you, Hayley. That's flattering. I don't know what to say. I made this great 6-part video and put it up last night, and then had to take it down because I made it on Screencastify, and Screencastify completely screwed it up when they compressed it. So I put it all up there thinking it was okay, and then I had to take it all down again. But trust me, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. So I'm hoping to do commentaries on a lot of the stuff around, a lot of the traditions and ceremonies around the coronation of the new king, because we're only going to see that stuff once in a lifetime, and we people in Australia and possibly Canada haven't got a clue what's going on, have we? Let's face it, new king. I didn't know there was going to be a proclamation, and of course the feed we had on the proclamation didn't have you know how to spell battery, but what about the plural of battery? Spell that for me. I need some stickers. Sean, get me some stickers. Hang on. Spell batteries for me, the plural. I'll send you my Alan glasses. Hello, my name's Alan Finicum. Oh, thank you, Shady Man. I'm a bit of an idiot. I am an idiot, let's face it. But I own it and I wear it well, except for my shiny glasses. Yay! If I had a sticker, I'd give you a sticker. You can have my my Alan glasses with the dollars on them, okay? Look, as fun as this is, I really do need to go and think about dinner. It's actually time to shut the house up because it's been a lovely day, but it's going to be really cold tonight. So I've got to shut the house up, check on the dog because he was staring at the bookcase like it was trying to attack him. So I've got to make sure the dog hasn't had a stroke. He's a bit old. Turn the hose off because the hose has been on the garden all this time. It'll be like a swamp out there. And check on dinner because tonight I'm going to use the rice cooker for the first time. So it'll either be really good or a complete disaster. I'm guessing it'll be pretty good because let's face it, everything I do is good. Okay? No, not really. I'm just a human being. Mess things up and learn from them. All right, I'm going to go. I've got lots of things to do and I've only got one arm to do it with. All right? So I'm going to go. Have a lovely day, evening, morning, night, wherever you are. I absolutely love the fact that people can talk from all around the world in all different time zones. It simultaneously blows my mind and fills me with joy. So I'm going to go away now. If you've been in here, Alan, up yours. Have a great day, all right? Be good. Be kind to each other. Do something good for the environment. I challenge everybody to go out and do something good for the environment today and a random act of kindness for somebody else, all right? That's your challenge for today, and I will make sure I do the same thing, okay? It's very nice to see you, Hayley. Let me have a look at your picture. Nice hair. Hey, look, I put my cursor on you. You run away. That's very weird. I've just learned how to put pictures up. Oh, my God, I've just learned how to put comments up. I'm so excited I learned something new. Oh, God, I'm an idiot, aren't I? All right, everyone have a great day, evening. Yeah, I'll probably come on again tomorrow because I'm off work at the moment and I'm bored stupid. I'm cute. Not when you get to know me, really. Not when I'm in teacher mode. When I'm in teacher mode, I'm not so cute. When I'm doing my death stare. I don't do the death stare, actually. Anyway, I'm going to go away now. All right. I might do the proclamation thing later if I get bored. I don't know. Who knows? You know, the world is my oyster. I'm going to go away now. You'll pick up the litter outside your shop. You go and do that, right? Make the place look pretty in case the new king wanders past, as is his wont. And I will go and do all that stuff. All right? Okay. See ya. Be good. I'm watching. Granny's watching. How do I end this? I don't know. Oh, there's a button. Hang on.